The Saskatchewan Co-operative Youth Program is the recipient of the 2012 Saskatchewan Co-operative Merit Award. In the early 1920s, Saskatchewan cooperators began to realize the need to educate the next generation to ensure that young people would understand cooperatives and want to become cooperative members and leaders in the future. Co-op Camp was launched in 1928, with the first one-day co-op schools organized by the Saskatchewan Wheat Pool. 39 co-op schools were held that first year. The popularity, value, and benefits of the program were recognized from the beginning. As Jim Forrest, Wheat Pool fieldman in the 1950s, said, "Kids learned that co-ops were something they could organize and control. It was amazing."
The Saskatchewan Cooperative Youth Program is important because it teaches the youth about the cooperative principles, as well as other life skills that they can take home with them and use in their future, things like cooperation, teamwork, and leadership skills.
After the Great Depression, co-op schools expanded further with the introduction of one-week-long co-op schools in 1937. Throughout the 1940s, many cooperatives helped plan and staff the growing co-op schools program. By the end of World War II, co-op schools had over 400 participants per year. The program continued to flourish throughout the 1950s, inspiring the development of the Western Cooperative College in 1959 to offer the next level of cooperative learning to adults. As Harold Chapman recalls, the Co-op College began training cooperators on participatory learning methods, influencing how co-op camp sessions were taught. The 1950s also saw the incorporation of committees at co-op schools, providing an opportunity for participants to lead their own small group activities and take responsibility for planning parts of the camp. The program continued to grow, with the 1960 schools having more than 700 participants. According to Dwayne Bristow, an increased emphasis was placed on personal development with topics such as leadership, communication, and other life skills, as well as learning about cooperatives.
I think that one of the best parts of the program is the true sense of comfort and community that I feel every time I'm part of SCYP.
The 1960s also saw the co-op school model expanded out past Saskatchewan, with Alberta, Manitoba, and Ontario launching programs. By the end of the decade, the program continued to grow. It was centralized, and a new modern name was selected, the Saskatchewan Cooperative Youth Program. These changes greatly influenced the evolution of the program and would shape the development of cooperative youth education in the 1970s. The 1970s saw great strides made in centralizing and standardizing the way the program was run. A consistent approach involving alumni as junior staff and program assistants was introduced to the program, becoming a permanent fixture to this day. Throughout the 1980s, participant levels started to wane, and more options were becoming available to young people for summer activities. With concentrated promotional efforts, participant numbers picked back up near the end of the decade, with 400 to 500 participants per year by then. Unlike today in the 1990s, cooperative organizations still provided the majority of staff people for camps. As Karen Timoshuk, alumni and former program officer and assistant, explained, they were amazed at the quality of the program and how effective participatory learning strategies were. Because most of them hadn't had any experience facilitating and quite often weren't aware of the cooperative principles and philosophy behind cooperatives, it was a tremendous learning opportunity for them.
I wish I was brought up at the camp, because I would have had, when I first came to the cooperators, an even more deeper understanding of where I was really working, what it really meant to work here. You know, it wasn't just a job, that we actually were impacting the community.
Through working with the credit union and being involved with the Saskatchewan Cooperative Youth Program, I've definitely learned a lot about myself and about the cooperative principles and the importance of the youth of Saskatchewan.
So it gave me a huge sense of pride working here, and I feel like I'm working for one of the best places ever because we are cooperative.
While the program has adapted and changed over the years, co-op camps continue to have a large impact on young people throughout Saskatchewan.
I've received many thanks from a parent of a son or a daughter who went to a cooperative youth seminar and have thanked me to almost an endless degree in some cases of how that seminar made a difference in the life of their son or daughter.
During the 1990s and 2000s, the program worked to expand its participant base, ensuring that participants of Co-op Camp reflected the cultural and community diversity of the province.
And I've learned so much about different kids' backgrounds and the different countries they've come from. And just watching how the kids, they're not just sitting there to get through it, they're absorbing it as well, and they're learning constantly. So that was my favorite thing.
Throughout the decades, Co-op Camp has developed many additional initiatives outside of camps for young people to get involved. From exchange programs to cross-cultural seminars, speakers bureaus, conferences, scholarships, entrepreneurial programs and celebrations, SCYP creates opportunities for Saskatchewan's young people to take on leadership roles, new challenges, and deepen their learning about cooperatives and their communities. At its core, Co-op Camp, whether in the 1920s or in 2012, provides Saskatchewan's young people with the opportunities to learn about themselves, to learn about cooperatives, and to feel more confident in their own ability to impact their communities.
From the first day when they get on the bus and they're all sitting separately in their own little spot on the bus, and then nobody's talking to anybody else, and then you see the progression of all of that throughout the whole week that you're there, and you see them start forming relationships and friendships, and you see what they learn and how they grow and how they become more comfortable and some of the skills that they learn. And by the end of the whole seminar, they are all, they can't get close enough. They're all lumped together on the bus, at the back of the bus. And to see some of them come back the next year as well, and to see how they've grown and changed.
With over 43,000 alumni, the impact that the Saskatchewan Cooperative Youth Program has on Saskatchewan is significant. The leadership skills and cooperative approach to working that these alumni possess spreads a philosophy of teamwork and cooperation in Saskatchewan and beyond.
I now feel comfortable with things such as speaking in front of crowds or taking a leadership role in group activities. I see that growth not only in myself, but also everyone I went to camp with. It's a truly magical place.
Co-op Camp rocks.
In 2012, the Saskatchewan Cooperative Youth Program is recognized with a Saskatchewan Cooperative Merit Award to recognize the program's outstanding contributions to youth leadership and cooperative education in Saskatchewan.